A masterful performance.
It's a 5th British Grand Prix win!
We have got a superstar in the making with Lewis Hamilton.
Hamilton has more wins than any other driver in Formula One history.
The winning mindset is the will to succeed, is the will to want something, that yearning for something greater, that unknown of how great you can be or how good you can be at something, is that worry of failure, the fear that you have and overcoming that fear. I'm Lewis Hamilton. I'm a Formula One driver and champion. In my job, when you're driving at 200 miles an hour, if you lose focus, you can put a wheel in the grass and you can end up in the wall. It's dangerous. People have lost their lives and you need to be laser focused the whole time. So the peak performance is really what this sport is about. So through these classes, I'm going to be talking to you about mental preparation, how I prepare for my events, physical exertion and how I train my body, the journey into getting to where I am today, the struggles, failures, the importance of taking risks, learning mostly from your failures to strengthen yourself when trying to achieve your goal. And hopefully these are some things that can help you. I started out racing remote control cars that most kids do at 5 years old. I was racing against people 10, 15 years older than me, and I was beating them when I was 5 years old. And my dad thought that I had great hand-to-eye coordination, so he bought me a go-kart. And we ended up going into this racing world. My dad and I were the only people of color at the track, so we were on the receiving end of abuse. Also, this sport is an expensive sport. My dad had to work 4 jobs to keep us racing because it gets more and more expensive. My dad remortgaged the house 2 or 3 times. I mean, we wouldn't have made it without help. Actually, I got signed by a Formula One team when I was 13. My sponsorship with McLaren was my lifeline to reach my dream. I didn't turn professional till I was 22. Then I won the championship. And the rest is kind of history. This part of the story definitely is, I think, the most important part of my journey. I've always wondered, why am I one of the very few people, if not the only, particularly only driver, but one of the very, very few people of color here.
The first and only black driver in Formula One history, Lewis Hamilton, has formed a commission to address the lack of diversity in UK motorsport on the track and throughout the industry.
The sport is now putting efforts to change the pipeline for the future. I won all these championships, but actually changing people's lives and giving people opportunity, that's probably the thing that I'm most proud of. This class is for anyone who is out there trying to discover what they're great at, or on the journey towards something but hitting hurdles and need some encouragement. This is for anyone from young to old who's dreaming of doing something and being great and finding their true potential. What will work for me won't always necessarily work for you, but it's about encouraging you to find what works for you, and you're unique and powerful and amazing, and just letting you know to believe in yourself. This is what this is about. I'm Lewis Hamilton, and this is my masterclass.